Hey, good morning, everyone. Jo here of SportsGrid. It's time for Puck It with Jo. Only one game out there on the ice tonight, and I hope you enjoyed last night's action. Now, just not how I wanted to see some of those games play out last night. We had the Boston Bruins come out phenomenally strong in that first period. Thankfully, we took their team total under 2.5, and that did cash. Now, we paid juice on that at minus 140, but still, a win is a win. Now, Brandon Montour not able to get that point out there for the Florida Panthers as that team was completely limited by the Boston Bruins. You looked at that last 3 minutes of that game in the third period, and Swayman absolutely stood on his head, but the defense also got those block shots out there for the Boston Bruins. They had 6 block shots in that last 3 minutes, only allowing the Florida Panthers 3 shots on goal and still not able to convert. And it looked like they were going to be able to, with Sam Reinhart getting a big shot in the last couple of seconds. I believe 8 seconds left on the clock, and Swayman able to save it. So what a night out there for the Boston Bruins, extending their playoff lives. What does that mean now for the Florida Panthers? I still think the Florida Panthers have the opportunity of taking this series, but I don't think it comes easy. I do think the Boston Bruins could win another game out there on the ice, and we see the Florida Panthers end up going all the way to game 7 to be able to get the win, which other teams must love seeing these games play out. The New York Rangers and the Florida Panthers, I still do think are on a collision course. Yes, the Rangers did lose that last one, Carolina having the momentum, but I do think the Rangers and the Florida Panthers is who we will see in the next round. Looking at the Vancouver Canucks, well, Edmonton actually played a defense last night. We had that team really step up. Leon Draisaitl able to convert on the power play to open up that scoring to really give the Edmonton Oilers the momentum. Vancouver was so limited in that game. Story of the third string goaltenders really coming to play. Calvin Pickard did phenomenal for his very first playoff game. For that to be a lower scoring one with third string goaltenders on both sides is absolutely mind-blowing out there. So fantastic night for the Edmonton Oilers, tying up that series. We're going to head back to Vancouver, where the Vancouver Canucks will look to get a win on their home ice. You guys, great day of hockey. Only one game on the slate today. Feels kind of weird, right? Now we have the Colorado Avalanche. Good morning to everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you guys. Now, something I didn't think I would say. The Colorado Avalanche are facing elimination tonight. The Dallas Stars up 3-1 in this series, and Dallas's depth has been phenomenally strong. And then you look at the young kid, Wyatt Johnson, just had his 21st birthday yesterday. He can now have a beer with his team after they celebrate, and this could be a huge celebration for them tonight if they can get this win at home. Now, one thing that concerns me is we look at Dallas, and their play at home is more free and it's more open. We don't see that lockdown that they've been able to do out there on the road. We know in the regular season, this team was the best road team in the league. We've seen that in these playoffs. They've been phenomenally strong, winning both games in Colorado. And I do think now coming back home, Colorado has the opportunity with their backs against the wall to find that open ice out there. The defense has been absolutely smothering, especially on the kill of the Dallas Stars. That kill has been phenomenal. They haven't been allowing the Colorado Avalanche to convert. And they're all over Cale Makar, not giving him the space out there. Same with Nathan MacKinnon. Those two players need to find a way to get free. And if they can find a way to get free, we can see the Colorado Avalanche be able to score, because we know Frederik Andersen, he's been solid. I don't want to knock Frederik Andersen, but the goals that we've seen Colorado get on Frederik Andersen haven't been as high danger shots as I would expect. Now, the defense, though, of the Dallas Stars, they've been phenomenal. Offensively, this team has been phenomenal, and in goal. But I do think the 5-on-5 hockey, when we look at the metrics, Colorado has been playing a little bit stronger. Now, has come down to special teams. The Dallas Stars have been able to convert on special teams, and I really do think that is the difference in this series here. So Colorado has to find a way They can't take those penalties and give the Dallas Stars any opportunities out there on the ice because Jake Ottinger has been strong. And we look at the goaltending here for Colorado, and this has been my issue coming into this series and into the playoffs as a whole. Georgiev, I just don't trust him in a net. He's allowing some weaker goals to go in, and the Dallas Stars definitely have found a way to hit him. I'm looking at this game to go over 6.5. I'm expecting Colorado to do their share of the scoring in this one to push us over that total. So give me the over 6.5. Now the over 6.5 coming in at plus 100. We have the under at minus 122. I'm just not laying juice to the under. Not when we've seen Dallas be able to get those goals on the board each and every game. It's Colorado who hasn't been. And this is a high octane offense that I expect to be able to open up here tonight on the road. We have Colorado at plus 126 and minus 152 here for the Dallas Stars. We are seeing these teams struggle to close out these series at home. And I do think the Avs with their back against the wall at plus 126 holds a value tonight. I can't lay minus 152 with the Dallas Stars. If you think Dallas is going to get the win, I would take the puck line because I think if they're able to win it tonight, they win it by multiple goals, laying the 1.5 at plus 164 because the empty netter should come into play if Dallas is able to get the win. I think the best bet is just taking it over 6.5 at plus 100. I will sprinkle on Colorado at plus 126. When we look at some players here to circle, I'm just pulling this up. I'm going to be getting these bets in right away. You can't look at any of the key players for the 1+ points because, well, they're juiced. Jamie Benn, probably the least juice at minus 128, but everyone else is like a $2 bet there for the 2+ points or for the 1+ points. Now, when we start looking at the 2+ points, Nathan MacKinnon at minus 120. Nathan MacKinnon has to find a way tonight to be able to get the goal and to get the assist. So I don't hate Nathan MacKinnon for the 2+ points. I actually really like it at minus 120. Least value, though, you're getting on Nathan MacKinnon. Cale Makar, you've got to think he has to become open on that power play. Cale Makar for a power play point. Now, that's not offered on FanDuel. You'd have to take the 2+ point. I would assume the power play points coming in around plus 175 on other books for Cale Makar. His 2+ points coming in at plus 215. On FanDuel. Now, I do think he can get those on the board. One player that the books keep giving you plus money on, and I'm going to keep going back to him, is Wyatt Johnston. I talked about him, 21st birthday yesterday. Last game, 2 goals and 1 assist. 3 points out there on the ice. Okay, he's had multiple point games throughout this series and the last. You look at him here tonight, 2+ points again for Wyatt Johnston at plus 320. Like I said, I'm expecting these goals to come in. Now, Rupe Hintz, still a question mark if he will be out there on the ice. I'm not even seeing the player props for Rupe Hintz. So that is hugely impactful here to this game for the Dallas Stars. I do think Wyatt Johnston really steps up. If you think he can get the 3+ points like he did in the last game, it's plus 1,100, and I tell you, it is worth a couple dollars putting it on Wyatt Johnston. I think we got a 4-3 style game. I do think this game has the possibility of going to overtime. I think it is that tight. The overtime bet coming in this one at plus 360, and I will take a shot on that. But you guys, that's it for me. We got 2 games tomorrow. That next game for the Carolina Hurricanes and the New York Rangers will be tomorrow. So we'll see how that one plays out. I'll be back live tomorrow here on Pocket with Jo to go over those 2 games. Join me later on Game Time Decisions. You don't want to miss out. 7:12 Eastern tonight with Jo Ranieri. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to have an MLB Cup of Joe out right away here. And of course, head on over to the SportsGrid app to make sure you check out my short over there. Give me a follow. I would really appreciate it on the SportsGrid app. Links are above and below for that. You guys, all the best out there on the ice tonight. Enjoy this Wednesday night playoff hockey. I tell you, it's some of the best games ever. You guys, all the best. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye now.